I've probably seen Merc. I was going to say, I reckon...
I feel like it's kind of close between, like...
I could say, I reckon Lamborghini.
Nah, I think Merc's got it, but Lambo's up there.
Yeah, Lambo's up there because pretty much like I was going to say all of season 1 Pro-Am, it was just Lambo won everything.
Yeah.
And then you had Sutty up the top winning as well, and then
didn't Phil win one in season 1?
I think Phil win a couple season 1 as well. Yeah.
Because I know that me and him were fighting when I was in the GTR.
But Fuji, I think that was.
Yeah, Fuji, where I completely done a 360, but still saved it.
But I think Merc, because Fury's wins last season in the Pro-Am. Then you've got Peaceful's wins in Pro, Masters Odd win in Pro in the Merc. You've then got Monkey Boy in the Merc in Pro-Am, Kieran in Pro-Am, Joe obviously this season. Who else has there been?
I've got 2 in Pro, so that takes it up to like
2
50.
wins in Pro for Fury as well, so yeah. Like, I was thinking about it the other day.
But the Porsche's won most championships.
Just because it's won championship don't mean it's won more races. It means you kept it more consistent than anyone else.
So like, the Lamborghini under Jamie's hands has won 14 races. So... And then you've got to add Welsh's onto that. And Stealth Sloths. Sutty's, Phil's.
Andy's
and Emo guys.
Yeah.
Oh, they race Lambo.
Yeah, season 2 they raced Lamborghini.
I remember that because I was in the shitty Porsche with Dan.
Porsche's not shit.
No, it's not shit. Look at it in its fucking glory, winning championships. You know.
But yeah, it's been beat by a BMW.
If you've seen Jack Butel's not raced.
No, why's that? Why's that?
Because he suffered concussion in the accident in the last race at Donington.
Ah.
So, I can't remember who it was now. I think, Andy Wilmot's driving instead.
Oh yeah, Team Hard, isn't he, Jack Butel?
No. Trick Race Cars.
Right. Yeah, that's one.
I can't race tonight, Matt.
Why?
I got concussion.
Grow a pair, you pansy.
Get told, Dan.
Right. Let's get ready to rumble.
Get ready to rumble!
Get ready. Get
steady.
And rumble.
And rumble.
Everybody
rumble.
With that singing, Dan's going to lose tonight.
No, that singing's going to bring the rain, and when the rain comes, Dan will forget to have changed tyres.
Dan's going to bin it, I think.
Who says I'm going to change tyres?
We are live, so Jamie, if you want to get us in another party ready.
Yep.
While you're doing that.
Who says that I'm going to change?
I mean, a quarter of the race on the motive. Oh, motive. Folk motive. Yeah, no worries, babe. Gary. Let's get ready to rumble. Right, best of luck to everybody. Catch you in a bit. Miss you too, Dan. Thanks. Have a good race. Ooh! Good luck, Bryn. You could win tonight with all these lot taking each other out. Yep. See, yeah, you start on pole, Bryn. Yep. Catch you in a bit. Get ready, get steady, and rumble. Everybody rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Get ready, get steady, and rumble. Everybody rumble. You back at work? Was you back at work today then, or tomorrow? Looking forward to go back. Who we got as well? I think I've invited everybody. No, I didn't invite Dan. I would have gone now, well, wouldn't it? Right, let's share the stream. Copy. Close. Paste. Bastard. Fucking wanking cotton. Shit in the fuck. Could we crown a new champion this week? I'm going to try turning the party settings up as well, because Kieran was saying that you can barely hear the cars nowadays. So
Yeah.
let me just make the party setting a little louder. Put it about halfway. One, two, thinking six out of 11 in that minute. Nice. 7 out of 11. No Grandad Stee yet, is there? No. Okay, so who's not in yet? Grandad Stee. And let me read the grid order out and see if you can tell me who's not there. So Bryn's in, yep. DJ Phil. No, he's just left, okay. Mutts Nuts. Peaceful. Grandad Stee. Little Leech. Right, that's the one that's missing then. Gary. Yeah, obviously no Keegs. Because obviously he's in Cornwall. And then Fury, Dan, Falgast all in, yeah. Who's that in, Phil? Right, although that's done, I'm just going to quickly run to the toilet, but I'll be back in 2.
Yep.
Still no Little Leech or Grandad Stee, that's fine. Oh dear. Send them to another invite. Time are we on? 5-2. Plenty of time, yeah. Grandad Stee is in. So we've got what's Gary, Falgast, Brent, Phil, Dan, Fury, Mike, and Steve. I'm just waiting on Little Leech. Time are we on? 5-2.
Yeah.
Peaceful. Can't believe we've not checked. $58. Right, I'll just send Little Leech one more invite. Ah, sweet.
Well,
Just jumped in, yeah. Just got himself in. Alright, might as well start him. Excited as everybody. Is it?
Just run through it one more time. We've got, no, it's 8 o'clock now.
Yeah, there's only 10 of them. Yeah, so that's everybody. Right. Don't forget the Caneros when this screen goes off. Oh, well. That's when I'll be pressing to go live when this screen goes off.
Yeah, I know.
Right, let's have a good one. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport for the finale of the Clio Cup. And we are finally here. It's taken a couple of weeks, but we're finally here. I'm Matthew Duffin, back in your commentary box this week with my co-commentator on a Monday night, Jamie Brazier. And Jamie, it feels like forever since we've been here for the Clios, but we're finally back and we're getting this season finale underway.
Yeah, it feels like we've been away for months. Waiting forever to get the Clios finished.
Indeed, Brands Hatch GP providing us with a lot of entertainment already this season in the GT3s, which kick-started Season 4 of them. It's now going to end the Clios here. What are we looking for today with rain around as well? What are we expecting in this Clio Cup race tonight?
Again, we're always expecting some good close, clean racing. just hopefully we can have a clean championship battle, and hopefully the best man wins.
Hopefully so. 2 men up for the title tonight, and it is a 10 points switcheroo between this man who leads the way, number 16, Falguest, on exactly 100 points, against the current Pro Champ, the current GT5 and GT Champ, Unorthodox. Can he add the Clios to his list? Jamie, it's a mountain of a task for Dan tonight. He knows what he's got to do. Is he capable of doing it, is the question.
Yeah, he's very capable of doing it. All it takes is one mistake from Falguest, and he could end up right at the back. I was going to say, for Falguest, his task got a bit easier tonight with a few people not being here, so he doesn't have to get past them. But it's still going to be quite tricky to just keep out of trouble and. Yeah, just keep his nose clean. Yeah,
it is indeed. Let me run you through the rest of the standings. And Fury sits in 3rd place at the moment, just outside of the points threshold. Had he turned up for the night he missed, it could have been a 3-way battle for this championship fight. What a shame for Fury then. Keegs in 4th, but he's down in Cornwall on holiday, so it doesn't look like he's going to finish in the top 4. Can he hang on to the top 5? Gary's in 5th. Not bad for Gary. I'd say he's only made a few rounds this season, missed Donington Park, and I do believe missed Silverstone Classic, but has been racing since then, and is up in 5th place ahead of his brother Little Leach, who's P6, just ahead of Grandad Steve, who's tied with Peaceful Explosion for 7th and 8th. The Much Nuts is in 9th with DJ Phil 10th. Ben Phelan, not been here for a few weeks, down in 11th with Bryn in 12th, just a point behind him. Sorry, Bryn, don't know, mate. In 12th, Sutty's 13th, but he's not here tonight, so he's going to stay there. PN Motorsport, shame to not see him finish the season out, and Monkey Boy and Liam as well. And RJ Dale never got the season going for him, but we started at Donington Park 8 weeks ago, and we're back. We're ending it here at Brands Hatch. Evening to Dan Davis and Unorthodox, Falguest, Mike Matthews, Fury's Grandad. Evening to Tony, Mike Gillam. Evening to you. What's going on, y'all? Well, not a lot, just a Clio race, mate, at the moment. There's Don't Know, mate, reversing back onto the track. But nice to have you here, Michael, and Lucas Roth, as we know him, Keegs. Lucky I'm not there. Would have been easy. I'm not in Cornwall anymore. I'm down by yours now. Oh, if you're down by mine, pop yourself in. All right, cuppa. Get you some down, Keegs. Like a cup of coffee. And I could have let you use the wheel and Floyd's PlayStation. You could have kicked Dan's ass after I heard you embarrassed him at go-karting the other day. But enough about that one. 10 drivers on this grid tonight, Jamie. Brands Hatch, a track you like. You enjoy Brands, don't you? You like Brands GP. It was you that requested it for the GT3s this season.
Yeah, Brands Hatch was I'd say it's my favourite track of all the UK tracks. It's just it's a roller coaster of a track. You go down the hills of Pilgrim's Drop, Paddock Hill, and all that. It just sets the scene for a championship battle. We always see most championships nowadays. They end up, or their final rounds end up being Brands GP. Say British Superbikes. This past weekend finished at Brands GP in the touring cars. This weekend we'll be finishing at Brands GP. Yeah, not just the touring cars, is it? You've got the Formula 4, you've got the Ginetta Juniors, you've got the Carrera Cup, you've got the Minis, you've got everything that'll be there. And we used to see, me and you being touring car fans and big touring car fans at that, we're used to seeing the titles go down to the wire here, aren't we? We've had so many fond memories at Brands Hatch of the championships being decided on the final day. Turkington, Shedden, just to name a few. Andrew Jordan had one. I think Ash Shuttons has come down to here, and obviously it's his title lead is coming down to here this weekend, and it provides some good entertainment, because at this time of the year when we normally run Brands Hatch, you kind of get to that third race, don't you? The lights fade in, the lights are coming on the cars, the rain starts to come in. There's rain around for today, so it couldn't be more like a race 3 of British touring cars out there for these guys today, really, could it? Yeah, so when it comes to race 3, they normally end up in the pit in the darkness, normally in the rain. I have memories of being here in 2014 when that started hammering it down with rain, and it was pretty much like watching a night race. No. And do you know what? I plan to go to Brands GP for a finale. I really do, because I think that I've seen on the DVDs in the past, like you say, 2014, I think 2013
when Jordan won his was another one that was pretty much pitch black and when, really wet. And it adds to the spectacle, and we've got a spectacle tonight, as we see here. Grandad Steve, what role are people going to play tonight? We know there's a few. We've got Grandad Steve and the Muts Nuts who are, quite fond of Falguest, and we've got a few others like Fury, who's in the Team Prolapse roster with an Orthodox. Are we going to see some games tonight, Jamie, for this championship fight? Are we going to see Grandad Steve and the Muts Nuts maybe hold Dan up a little bit? Are we going to see Fury try and play a few games, or are Dan and Falguest just going to be like, boys, we're going to fight this out properly?
Well, hopefully it will be just a straight fight between Unorthodox and Falguest, because from the past few weeks, some championship finales have been quite tainted by people from the same team or from same teams, or who are friends letting each other through. Something that springs to mind was the DTM final, where Liam Lawson, who races in F2, purposely taken out at turn 1, and then person in third was let through to win the title by 2 other teams.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have anything like that at all.
No, hopefully not. We've got Smithy in the chat as well. Come on, Little Leach, he says. And Lucas Roth, come on, Falguest. Dan's trash. He might be able to drive on a game, but he's trash in real life, says Keegs. As at the minute, it's the 2 championship contenders who sit top of the standings, 200ths of a second exactly, separating the pair of them. DJ Phil, a man, Jamie, that makes his 100th appearance coming into Suzuka, the first race at Suzuka. This is race 93 for Phil, so really closing on a milestone. And a big milestone of 100 races. And DJ Phil, it's a pleasure to see him out on track, isn't it? He's always there every week.
Yeah, he's always there. He's always very consistent. He always finishes the races, which is the minimum we want from everyone, just to finish the races. And so I don't think he's actually retired from too many of his 100 races, so I think he's probably got the most finishes of everyone as well.
Yeah, Peaceful and Little Leach are just behind him, as well as Smithy says, evening chaps, no games from mine, said clean and fair all the way, says Falguest, that's what we want to see. And Michael Gillam, all about Unorthodox. Let's see what he can do tonight. Gary, 13 seconds off the pace. We know he's got more in the tank, and Fury as well. Let's see how much he's got in the tank as Gary, Grandad Steve and Little Leach are 3rd and 4th. Little Leach just going a bit quicker, but Dan has gone even quicker this lap. And it's put it into the first man to put it into the 36s, so let's see what he can do from there. As 1 minute left to practice, so guys pretty much on their last laps. Who's where? Someone's just coming through sector 2. I think they may get one last run in. I'm not quite sure who that is on their own at sector 2, just coming down in towards the last corner. Not the last corner. Coming in towards Sterling's. Not quite sure who that one is. It is Dan, there you go, and he's backed off as well. So what's he going to do? As that is Fury there in the orange, and with Fury is Peaceful, I do believe, or the Muts Nuts is with him. As Phil and Falguest are in the pit, so they're not going to get another lap. There is Peaceful Explosion. Had a good run at Silverstone a couple of weeks ago, Jamie, did Peaceful. Got himself close to a podium, didn't he?
Yeah, so he was running at the front for a long while, and just got quite unlucky with his pit stop, and he just turns it. Oh, that's a bit of a line there.
Now the big question and the big talking point since Silverstone, the last race we did, will Dan have enough fuel in the car?
Yeah, the fuel shortage is gone, so he should be all right this week.
Yeah, the fuel shortage has stopped, so Dan should be fine. I think the Cleos hold 36 laps of fuel. We're only doing 33, and you can pretty much put it in lean for that for the out lap then, as the session has come to an end, and the final guys are just coming. I think someone's just coming to complete their lap, but you've got Peaceful, Dan and Fury. I think it was Gary just coming to finish his lap. Let's see him improve then. 13 seconds off the pace. What's he got as he crosses the line and only improves by about 5 seconds, goes up into the 44. Him and Fury with work to do then. We'll read you the grid order for the formation lap in just a moment. Dan, Fury and Peaceful then, as Peaceful pits, so it's actually only Dan and Fury, the 2 left to put a lap in. Oh, that's a line from Dan there on the grass. You don't want to be on the grass out there. As he slings it right in there. Look at Fury on 2 wheels as he comes through the Sheen curve and into Sterling's Dan. Getting that extra lap in, Jamie, and how crucial will that extra lap be? It's all right being 7/10 quicker in the practice, but you've got to get the job done, and Dan's got to outscore Falgas by 10 points. Evening to Peaceful Stepdad and Christian. No. Evening to you as well. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new. As the practice session comes to an end, then no improvement for Dan. And did Fury improve at the end? Not quite sure. Yeah, went P3, so heck of an improvement from Fury. Then found 7 seconds from somewhere. But we're going to get ready then. We'll take you through the grid as it stands then. So lining up will be Don't Know Mate on pole position. He will be followed by DJ Phil Green. The Mutts Nuts will line up in P3 with Peaceful Explosion in 4th. Grandad Steve will line up P5. Little Leech will be P6 with Gary P7. Fury in 8th. Dan 9th. Falgas 10th. We will keep you up to date with the points as they stand. We'll keep you up to date with if Dan's done enough or has Falgas done enough as we go through the evening as well. Lucas Roth, come on, can someone please donate to help this poor Scottish teenager bet on a Clio race, as he said he'd put 20 quid on Falgas. Oh, poor Keegan.
That's illegal, Keeks.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bet in competitions that you're involved in. So
yeah. You can bet when you're 18, Keeks.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good point as well. Be responsible when gambling as well. Don't want to get punished by YouTube. Be responsible.
Yep.
When the fun stops, stop. I think that's what the adverts say.
Yeah, I hope Chris is setting a good example.
Yeah. Oh dear! Got to see Chris and Keegs again last weekend at Donington Park. It was a fantastic weekend. Also, Little Leech and Gary and Dan was there. What a weekend that was, and nice to catch up with everybody. Shame that you couldn't be there, Jamie. It would have been nice to meet you again, but I'm sure we'll have many more chances to meet in the future. But what a weekend that was. I'm not going to repeat what happened last Saturday night, but it was eventful. Let's put it that way. But hey, we're here for Brands Hatch. We're here for the Clios. We're waiting for drivers to just tweak last little bits. We look like we're ready to go, Jamie, and we'll go through the grid order once again in just a moment. But it will be Don't Know Mate who starts on the pole, and he's currently 5th. Now, there he goes. Look, the little purple machine coming through the pack, and into the lead of this race. Now, he sets the pace here for this outlap. It's then DJ Phil, who's already in 2nd place, followed by the Mutts Nuts. He's already there. Peaceful in 4th. Great to see that. Little Leech then should be P6. So Little Leech and Gary... Grandad Steve should be P5. Little Leech P6, which is the case. Gary then 7th. Fury 8th. Dan and Falguest 9th and 10th. And now, is this a tactic from Dan here, Jamie? Just a bit of a gap opening up between Dan and the rest of the pack here. Look, Falgast as well staying back. Are they waiting to stay out of trouble here? This is going to be interesting to see. Air Right Euro Lottery comes on and he's straight on it. Haha. He's over 18, Keek, so he's allowed.
I was thinking to say, if Dan's trying to back Falgast up, then it's not really gonna help Unorthodox too much, because he'll then end up a long way behind the next person, which is Fury. Yeah, and he just won't be able to make any progress.
Well, Dan needs to stay close to the pack. His Falgas sort of staying a bit further back. He's just slowly gaining on Fury and Dan now, but Fury's now creating a bit of a gap between himself and Gary. This isn't what Dan wants. Like you say, Dan wants to be on the pack. Dan wants to be ready to go. Falgas just has to sit there and hope to follow people through. 32 racing laps we've got here, so they've got plenty of time. Don't Know Mate, a leisurely stroll for this outlap for Don't Know Mate, and he is making sure the boys do as they're told and make sure they follow. And I tell you what, the tyre pressures are going to be dropping here. This could be very interesting to see these tyre pressures drop and keeping the tyres warm. Don't Know Mate, though, rightly so, controls this pace.
Yeah, so that might be where you see Unorthodox and Falgas just dropping back a little, so they can just get a bit of heat in the brakes, get a bit more temperature in the tyres.
41 tomorrow is Welshie. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow, Welshie. Let's hope for a podium or a win, maybe. I think, says Keegs. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, he might be 41 tomorrow.
Might be his birthday tomorrow, whether he's 41. I think that's what Keegs doesn't know.
Yeah.
Happy birthday for tomorrow, Welshie, either way. Let's hope you get a good result on Wednesday. As we have come through Stirling's End, and we only have the Clark Curve to go. Is it the Clark Curve? I can never remember the GP of Brantash. Clearways and then the Clark Curve, isn't it?
Clearways onto Clark Curve.
So here we go then. When does Don't Know Mate decide to go? I think he's gone. He's let the hammer drop. He's already pulled a second from Phil, so Don't Know Mate. Good start from him then. He's caught Don't Know Mate. He's caught DJ Phil out there a little bit. He's gapped the Muts Nuts just a slight bit here. And Little Each already looking at Grandad Stee a bit further back then, as you can see, coming into Paddock Hill Bend at turn 1. You do not want to be on the outside at Paddock Hill. It's not the way to overtake. And look at these Clios drifting it through turn 1. And here we go, all making it through nice and safe, nice and clean. Dan, though, not got the best of starts as Gary up the inside of his teammate and brother. And Gary and Grandad Stee, elbows out, rubbing each other as they come through Druids down towards the Graham Hill Bend. And Gary up to P5 already. And what a championship. This could have been had this man been in the party. But look at Grandad Stee, a bit wiggly through Graham Hill. And Gary gets the run on him now as they come in towards Surtees for the first time. Little Each going to look on Grandad Stee as well. And that looks like that job could be done. But the outside line, not the worst line around there, Jamie. But I think Little Each has got him.
He's got him, and Grandad Stee's just got to chuck back in. But he's now got Fury tucked in behind him, so Fury could go for movers. The Muts Nuts try and.
Yes, going around the outside at Hawthorns on DJ Phil, and that is a brave move and got the job done. I remember Kieran Argent took me off there in a previous league. Now the Muts Nuts looks on the back of Don't Know Mate, and he looks to the inside as they come through Westfield and Dingledale up the hill then towards Sheen Curve, and the Muts Nuts leads this race here. Oh, Don't Know Mate breaking on the grass. He's done very well to keep a hold of that one, and Phil will get past, as will Gary 131 to Gary on the podium. But what's happened to Unorthodox? There's been a huge crash in the background. Falgast leads Unorthodox in this championship decider, but also Peaceful and Grandad Stee have had a moment. Oh wow, that is a huge accident for Grandad Stee.
Yeah, he may as well write that car off now. That's a very big incident.
Do you know?
Yeah, Peaceful doesn't look like he's got too much damage.
No.
Yeah, carries on. I wonder whether because Grandad Stee would have been in front, whether he's clipped that big curb and then just got the car sideways. And,
potentially. Fury and Little Each. Sorry, Jamie. Fury and Little Each have got themselves past Don't Know Mate, so he's down to P6. And look at this little scrap. Fury, Gary, DJ, Phil and Little Each all on each other here. Grandad Stee has got his pit stop done, even though the pit window doesn't open. But you can see the damage is sufficient enough for him to pit. And Phil covering that inside. Fury going right round the outside, as is Little Each. And Phil taps the rear of DJ Phil, of Little Each then. Gary's managed to get past. That's a Muts Nuts who's facing the wrong way. So Fury leads this race from Gary, from Phil. Little Each has just got past him on my timing screen, so Phil then down to 4th. The Muts Nuts struggling to get it back in the right direction. Here comes Peaceful to overtake his opposite number in the same livery. Fury, Gary, Little Each, Don't Know Mates back up to P4 ahead of Phil now. Falgas crucially in this mix in P6, but while he's in front of Dan, Jamie, he knows he doesn't need to fight this too hard.
No, and whilst he knows that Northdubs has got a lot of damage. Oh,
Fury's lost it and rolls backwards, and DJ Phil's tapped Don't Know Mate round. Wow, that was horrendous, and that's a huge bit of damage for Don't Know Mate, and maybe for Fury. Don't Know Mate definitely got collected by Phil there. I'm just looking back, waiting for the replay, but Don't Know Mate definitely got collected by Phil. Peaceful and the Muts Nuts now having a fight, but that has put Dan up to 4th, right nearly on the tail of Falgas. But it's Gary from Little Each. It's the Leachy losers who are 1-2 here, and we still wait for this replay. We're getting towards it, but Fury definitely dropped it on his own there, Jamie, and Phil was wide and tapped the rear of Don't Know Mate as he came round.
Yeah, again, he might have just. I think he just took too much curve and it's thrown the car out wide, and.
He's sort of lost the rear, and as he's come back on, he's tapped the back of Don't Know Mate. Fortunately, he didn't tap the back of Falgast, because could you imagine if Falgast was caught up in that kind of incident? Well, that would be a field day for Dan. Dan 6 seconds behind Falgast. Falgast not really in anybody's slipstream at the minute, but the Leachy losers all right together out front. We've not seen Gary win for a while. Every Clio race he's raced, he's been on the podium. Is this the time where we're going to see him win the race? Been a while. especially in that Renault. He's taken him a while to get to grips, these two, with the Renault in the GT3 series. But the Renault Clio, a car that they're very, very fond of and very, very used to, and these two are out front at the moment, cruising on their own. Peaceful down in 9th, Don't Know Mate down in 8th, with big damage to his car as well. I think he was missing his boot at one point.
Yeah, well, Falguest is about 7 seconds in front of Unorthodox, so it's all looking very good for Falguest in these early stages.
All looking juicy. Is Dan trying to get Fury to come on the back of him to gain and get a slipstream? We know what these Clios are like, Jamie, for slipstreaming each other, and that really having an effect. Falguest has got nothing from the two out front who are pulling away, whereas if Fury can use each other, does that help Dan get onto the back of Falguest? Smithy saying very rare to see these two up there. Indeed it is, Smithy. I hope your coaching lessons must have pulled off, because these two sit 1-2 at Brands GP, and Falguest has no response. He was pretty much half a second slower than Gary on the last lap, who slides it through the Graham Hill bend, and that's what you love to see about these Clios, sliding through the corners. But like you say, 6-7 seconds Dan to Falguest. That's the title battle that we've got to keep one eye on, as well as all the action elsewhere.
Yeah, just so I've just got the replay up for the incident with Unorthodox. It looks like Peaceful's just run a bit wide, come across on Grandad C, and Grandad C just come flying back across the track, and yeah, right. They're all just a bit of a passenger there.
If I remember rightly, Dan is actually carrying a bit of damage on the front of his car. I'm sure he had his bumper dragging down at one point. There it is.
He's got Fury right behind him as well.
He has got Fury right behind him. Look at the last laps, 39.6 for Dan. So Dan's struggling, but with Fury on him, does this mean that they can slipstream each other? And have a look. The Mutts Nuts is battling with DJ Phil. That's quite close behind these two as well. In fact, it's that close, look, as they come through Westfields, down through Dingle Dell and up towards the Sheen Curve they come. And let's not forget, we've had 4 leaders already in this race. Don't Know Mate, the Mutts Nuts, Fury, and now Gary. Every time the leaders led this race, they've then had to pit. In the background of these two is Peaceful Explosion and Don't Know Mate, as here comes the Mutts Nuts now towards Clearways. Having a look, but can't get anything done on DJ Phil yet. As Unorthodox then, first man into the pits at the end of lap 4. That's these two have had a moment. What happened there, Jamie? I looked away to write the pit stop in the book, and these two's had a moment. What happened?
I think DJ Phil's just run it a bit wide coming through the corner. Mutts Nuts has tried to go for a bit of a cutback, I think, and they've just kind of met in the middle, and Mutts Nuts is now trying to... he's got into the pit lane fine.
Yeah, in he comes, and this will allow Grandad C to get onto the back of these two, as Dan is heading away out the pit lane. And I'm just getting to this point on the stream, so I'll be able to see what happened here then. So that's released a few others. Peaceful and Don't Know Mate, as DJ Phil wide, the Mutts Nuts trying to tuck underneath. And yeah, Phil was coming back into the pit lane and actually caught the Mutts Nuts, which put him into the wall. So yeah, big incident. Good stop for the Mutts Nuts. So he's gained on Phil quite a bit there. Gary leads now. He's gapped his brother quite a bit, actually. Yeah,
it looked like Gary had a bit of a twitch there. Falguest is just running quite at a decent pace. He knows Unorthodox is now near enough 40 seconds behind him.
Yeah. Falgas still got to pit though, but Falgas stop could be easier than Dan's. But let's not forget, there is rain around, so will these guys have to pit again for wet tyres? We'll have to wait and see. Rain is on its way. We are expecting rain later in this race. When it comes, we'll have to wait and see. But rain is going to come. You've got to get to lap 28 to score points. And look at Don't Know Mate's car. How he's not pitted yet. Grandad still had damage a bit worse than that on the front end. Oh, Peaceful's dropped it! Peaceful's dropped it, coming through Sterling's, and drops down to P5. Fury then into the pits at the end of lap 5. What can Fury do from here? Don't Know Mate staying out. Now, is this wise? Is he knowing that the rain's coming and thinking, do you know what, I'll stay out, I'll wait till this rain approaches before I make my stop? That could be a very wise choice. If you're Don't Know Mate, Peaceful's coming round as well, so he's not pitting yet either. Now, where does Fury come out? Big question here, but Don't Know Mate there. Huge damage to the car.
He's on his way out now. Unorthodox is now coming past, so I reckon Unorthodox has got him, which...
Yeah, Grandad Stee might have him here as well. He has got him.
Yeah.
Grandad Stee has got him now. Don't forget, Grandad C had huge damage. Had half a car missing at one stage. And he's now running back up in 7th place. So good job from Grandad C at the moment. Falguest, 4.1 off the back of Little Leach. So he's lost a bit more time to Little Leach. Has he made a mistake somewhere? Because Little Leach is still losing time to Gary out front. I wonder if he's lost it this lap. Half a second slower than Little Leach last time round. Has he lost it this lap, or is he just casually going down? He's half a second down on his best lap. So that wouldn't indicate he's had a huge problem somewhere. But a problem enough. The Mutts, Nuts and Phil are still battling, Jamie. Let's just cut back to that one a second.
Yeah, coming into Graham Hill. DJ Phil now trying to get back past the Mutts Nuts after their incident a couple of laps ago.
And this for 9th and 10th place here. Bit of pride at stake for these two. Not finished last in the final race of the season. It's definitely getting darker, Jamie. Definitely getting a bit darker.
Yeah, just looking at North Dubs' personal stream, it has got very cloudy now.
Yeah. The clouds clearly rolling in, then you can see how dark it is. Peaceful, very cautious through there this time around. Stays to the right-hand side as he knows Unorthodox has the run on him. And Dan then up into P5. Don't forget, Dan's pitted at the moment, so every second he gains back on Falguest is crucial here. But more importantly, is will Dan pit again? The rain clearly looks like it's coming. It really is getting darker then. The lights are coming on a few cars. Peaceful, very, very cautious through Sterling's that time round after he lost it first time. Gary's now 2.8 ahead of his brother and teammate, so he has gone as DJ Phil looks to still cling on to the back of the Mutts Nuts here. So Gary, Falguest, Don't Know Mate, Peaceful and Little Leach all yet to pit. But it's the top four with Peaceful in 6th. Yet to pit, and Don't Know Mate back in 4th, and he's got 9 seconds to Dan, so he's quite a way away at the moment. Not near Falguest to cause any trouble. Falguest lost 1.5 seconds to Gary on the last lap. Gary's really giving it some out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, but say North Dubs is doing quite similar lap times to
matching the pace, isn't he?
Yeah, Gary's near enough in the 136s now.
And you've got to think as well, Jamie, that every time that Falguest is putting in 38s, as he's done again, every time Dan does a 37 and he's near enough a second quicker, that's a second out of the lap time. The pit stop could be crucial. Dan's now got the gap down to 30-odd seconds to Falguest. This could be crucial for Unorthodox to Falguest, depending on how the pit stop goes for Falguest and when he decides to pit and what happens when they do pit. Lights are on for DJ for the Mutts Nuts as Phil gaining on the back of the Mutts Nuts. Can't get the job done there. Grandad Steve has Fury behind him and Peaceful behind Fury. They've both got ahead of Peaceful then. As the sun trying to break back out, coming through Clearways and the Clark Curve, but the clouds just getting thicker and thicker. And for Dan again, look, a 37 won a whole second taken out of Falguest times. He's really flying at the moment, is Dan. No slipstream for him neither. There he is, just up the hill coming through Druid, so he is really pushing that car. As Grandad C locks up on the brakes coming into Druid then. And down the hill they come towards Graham Hill. Season finale, let's not forget, we're back live Wednesday and Thursday at the Oscherschlaben A course for the Pro-Am and the Pro Series after last week's server problems. We hope to get it going this week. So Oscherschlaben, the place to be. Germany, the place to be this week. What will happen there, we'll have to find out. But we're all about the Clios at the moment. F1 be coming soon as well. Keep your eyes out for that on the Facebook group and the Discord. And obviously, if you want to join in, keep your eyes out for the sign-up sheets coming for Formula 1 2021 season. As that will be approaching. That'll be broadcasted to you by Unorthodox himself. He'll be bringing that one live on the SimPlay channel. I myself will be taking part in racing that one. So it'll be good to get back out on the grid, Jamie.
Yeah, it'd be very good to get back out on the grid.
Look at Falguest last lap, 36.7.
Yeah, he's finally. I think he's seen, or someone's given him a bit of a hurry up to say, look, Enough Dubs is doing these lap times.
Yeah.
You need to put the hammer down.
Yeah, he does need to put the hammer down. The bonus what he's got now, he's under that second to Little Leach. He'll start to feel the effects of the slipstream now from the Clio in front. And that's going to give Falguest a bit more slipstream and a bit more chance to gain on Little Leach, as well as keep that time to Dan. Dan matching Falguest's pace into 36.9s as well. But the gap is 35 seconds, I do believe, to Dan and Falgast. So is it pit stop worthy? We'll have to wait and see. Depending on the longevity of the pit stop, you do not want to be over that curb, and that is why. And Falgast really pushing the limits coming through Westfield and going all over the curb you do not want to be on. And while that was proven the case here, Jamie, he nearly lost the car. He managed to keep it going in a straight line, got onto the grass a little bit, but that's going to lose him a couple of tenths. He doesn't want to keep doing that every lap, does he?
No, you don't want to be doing that at all. So you'd want. I think he's quite happy to sit there behind Little H at the minute. He doesn't really need to put that much pressure on him. He's still in the 36s though.
Yeah, what would have his lap time been if he'd not made that mistake coming through Westfield? Yeah. As Little H gets Paddock Hill all wrong, and he's all squirrely coming down the hill from Paddock Hill up towards Druids, and that's second place for Falgast at the minute. A mistake from the Little Leech has allowed Falgast to wiggle up the inside. And the Leechy loser, once the Leechy legend, once the Leech Motorsport, drops to P3. And Falgast up to second place now. 5 seconds to Gary. Doesn't need the win, let's not forget. Doesn't need the podium. Just needs to stay around Dan. Well, at the minute, there's 2 cars between himself and Dan. Grandad Steve's got in front of Dan. But Dan has stayed P5. Don't know, mate, has dropped down to 7th. He's there behind Fury, so I wonder what's happened then. But Grandad Steer's got himself in front of Dan. Now then. Falgast saving fuel, he says. In the chat. Interesting one. Dan behind Grandad Stee. What has happened there? Michael Gilham. Anyone else watching this with their mum? Lucas Roth might be, but that's about it. But Grandad Stee ahead of Unorthodox then, Jamie. What has happened there? Don't know, mate. He's dropped to 7th place. I've not seen him in the pits. He's only behind Fury.
Oh, don't know, mate. Had a mistake in front of Dan. Dan's tried to avoid it, coming through Dingle Dell, and Dan's hit the wall.
Right then. So maybe damage to Unorthodox's car. So that's how Grandad Steve's got in front. Don't know, mate. Lose it on his own.
Yeah, he just lost it on his own. Just took too much of the curb. Dan Unorthodox went onto the grass to try and avoid it, and the car just spewed to the right.
Well, there we go then.
Oh, he's a bit squirrely.
Yeah, he's very squirrely. Yeah. Dan has got to hope. Yeah, Fury could get him. Dan has got to hope for a bit of rain because he cannot afford another pit stop this early on. He's got to hope for the rain as Fury hits the curb hard. Don't know, mate. In 7th place, just behind. He's got Peaceful 8 seconds behind him, but don't forget Peaceful's and Don't Know, mate, haven't yet pitted in this race. And for Unorthodox here, is he seeing this championship slowly slip away? 2 cars between himself and his championship rival when he needs to finish 10 points in front of Falgast. And at the minute, Falgast has the fastest lap of this race. But Dan there at 37.7, down on his time, And is this damage just affecting Dan enough? As always, wide through Paddock Hill, and that gravel will slow him down a bit. Don't think Grandad Steve got a great run through Paddock Hill neither. They all lock up in towards Druids. As Falgast, within 5.5 seconds now of Gary 131. Fury's mum may be watching, but she'll be in a different room to Fury. She's watching, but she's got us on mute listening to the Christmas tunes, no doubt, Tony.
Fury's catching right up to the back of
Fury in the 36s last time around, Jamie, as well.
Yeah, Falgast is in the 36s, but look, Little H has lost a lot of time. He was in the 39s.
Yeah, he's in the 39s. Grandad Stee 37, dead pretty much as well, bar 1,000th. Grandad Stee. I think Dan may have a bit of damage here, Jamie, because he's losing time to Grandad Stee.
Yeah.
Dan will push all the way till the end. Lap 12 of 33. I forget it's a 32 lap race. The first lap was a formation lap. Dan using all the curb. Fury taking a little less curb than Dan, but it's just sending him onto 2 wheels. But it's not affecting Fury at the moment. He's actually sticking with Dan quite nicely. As you hear the trees rustling. Sorry, Jamie.
I was going to say, just looking from Unorthodox's personal stream again, it looks like he has about 19 front damage.
Oh, so the aero is really affected, and that's why he's slow. Falgast again in the 36s, but has lost a bit of time to Gary on this lap. Dan, a 37.5 attempt slower than Grandad Steve's. Wide again and into the gravel on the exit of Paddock Hill Bend. And that's another car between himself and between Falguest as Fury gets past him in towards Druid's Corner. And you just sense, Jamie, that this championship is swinging Falguest's way. 90% done, you'd have to say at the moment. 13 laps out of 33 done. Or we're on. 20 to go, 21 to go. And the rain, Dan will need the rain. He wants the rain. He'll be boogieing in his chair doing a little rain dance because he needs this rain to come. What is he now? He's 43 seconds behind Falguest. That is a heck of time to gain. And with damage to that front aero, he is going to be struggling like mad. Falguest at 39 dead.
Yeah,
oh, Dan, huge moment coming through Hawthorns. Jamie, he's really fighting this one.
Yeah, he's really struggling now. He's just trying to keep on to the back of Fury and Grandad Steve, but he's just slowly falling away. So his pace has now dropped into the 37. Falguest though has done last lap was a 39, and the fastest man on track was
Fury 36.6. Fury flying at the moment. We've said this in recent weeks that Fury has been brilliant. He's been unbeatable at times in the Clios and in the GT3s. Fury has driven fantastically. He'll soon be on the back of Grandad Sting, and Dan wringing the neck out of this Renault Clio, trying to get something out of it. Peaceful has got past Don't Know Mate further back. That one job done, and he's a second and a half up the road. But Fury really pushing to gain on Grandad Steve. 3/10 quicker on the last lap. Fury's as quick as anybody out there at the moment, and is the quickest man on track yet to gain last lap. Now, that was the fans clapping. I didn't know if that was rain. That's the fans clapping, I do believe. There is a rustle from the trees, but Jamie, it looks darker.
Yeah, it's just getting that ever much darker. The threat of rain about. I think really unless Falguest doesn't put comes into the pits and doesn't put the wet tyres on, then I think unfortunately for North Dubs, then this championship is.
The thing is does Dan take that gamble of not pitting for wets? Does he take that gamble? Because he's got to gamble something, and he's got to throw the dice at something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But he's got to gamble something, hasn't he?
Well, so I don't think I think really play it safe, because if say Falguest, we don't know what Falguest is like in the
this
wet.
Is true.
In these cars, he could end up having an absolute mare. So if Dan played it, or another played it safe, put the wet tyres on, just kept it steady, and Falguest slid everywhere off the road, then.
The other thing to say to that one, Jamie, as well, is how long, when does the rain come? How wet's it going to get? And if Dan did pit for the wet tyres and repair that damage to be quick, how long is Dan's pit stop going to be if Falguest was to stay out on track? He's already got 42 seconds over Dan, so that's not an issue. As Little Leach is now into the 140s. Little Leach is struggling for pace out there all of a sudden. Finds himself really starting to struggle here. As he was, matching Gary. Now he's a lot slower. He's 3 seconds a lap slower. He's running the pace of Peaceful and Don't Know Mate further down the pack. And that's not the pace we used to see him from Little Leach.
Yeah, so he might have burnt his tyres out.
Yeah. Easily done in these Clios. We'll have to wait and see what he does. Don't forget, 14 people watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. As well as check out Wednesday and Thursday night, the Pro and the Pro-Am series live on YouTube, 8 PM. It's not BST anymore, is it? Where is it? What are we on now? GMT, isn't it?
No, it's still in.
We're still BST?
Yeah, until the end of the month.
There we go. 8 PM BST. Tune in for that one. There's Little Leach coming up to lap DJ Phil here. Peaceful and Don't Know Mate, 7th and 8th. They've not pitted yet. You feel they're going to lose out to the Mutts Nuts, but you feel that they're playing a long game here. And Don't Know Mate's got some damage on his car as well, let me tell you. As Fury now gaining on the back of Grandad Steve. And Fury's been flying these last couple of laps. Couple of tenths slower than Grandad Steve last time around. But they're side by side as they come down the start straight. And Fury's got underneath Grandad Steve and looks to go up the inside at Paddock Hill Bend. That's going to be job done. Grandad Steve on the brakes a lot earlier. Can he tuck it underneath? He tries to. But Fury drifting round the corner manages to keep the momentum. He's not defended, Steve, though, into Druids. And Grandad Steve into Druids corner. Fury gives him the room. They don't touch somehow. Fury will have the inside line at Graham Hill Bend. Grandad Steve, can he keep that momentum around the outside? No, he looks to cut back, can't get the move done, and Fury has fourth place at the moment, and at the pace he's showing, Fury can get ahead of Little Eats. 36 again last time around for Fury. Flying at the minute, wide a bit at Surtees there, and that's allowed Steve to have a little run. Dan in the background is helpless and can only watch as these two go side by side down the Pilgrim's Drop, up Hawthorns Hill, which is the slightest of inclines on the game, into the Hawthorns corner. Fury on the inside. They lean on each other a little bit, and Grandad Steve around the outside. They're still side by side. They tap again into Westfields. They come now. Fury holds the place. Grandad Steve a lot later on the brakes, a lot earlier on the brakes, tried to get the cut back and through Dingle Dell up towards the Sheen Curve. Jamie, job done for Fury.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Oh, Grandad Steve taking a lot of curve there. Yeah, that was brilliant racing. There was a little bit of rubbing, but no one ended up off the track. That's what we want to see. Is Grandad Steve now going to try and look for the Ash Sutton move?
Yeah, going to try and get what Fury did to him on the last lap, and I think he's got it. I think he's got underneath Fury, and yes, he has through the Clark curve. Rolls reverse. What racing, as Jamie said, on the last lap between these two, and they go again. Paddock Hill Bend. Fury now has to concede this one to Grandad Steve. Looking up the inside at Druid, but Grandad Steve wisely has got it done already, and Fury makes a late dive. And does he have enough to go up the inside? No. Grandad Steve covers him off just enough. Fury looking to get it up the inside on the exit of Druids towards Graham Hill. Grandad Steve defends that one nicely as well, and through Graham Hill they go. Grandad Steve a little wide, but Fury didn't get the run out the corner that he'd have wanted. What a battle this is!
Yeah, it's an incredible battle. Fury's progress has been hampered though by Grandad Steve's superb defending, and again poor Unorthodox is just sat there a couple of seconds down the road. Cannot do anything, can he? Cannot do anything to get near these two. He's nearly 50 seconds off the back of Falgast, who is back in the 36s and is gaining on Gary 131 out front. But what a fight for fourth place this is. You get the feeling that if Fury gets through and away, he could gain on Little Each. But at the minute, Grandad Steve holding his own, and Grandad Steve's had some great battles this season in the Clios. One with Falgast as Fury, two wheels through the Sheen Curve, a bit wide on exit, and that's going to hamper his run towards Sterling's. Gets a good run through there though, and he looks to have more confidence through there than Grandad Steve that time. He's not close enough though, Jamie, at Clearways to get underneath Grandad Steve and make the move. No, he's now got a...
He's wide.
He's a bit wide.
Yeah, that's lost all the momentum. That's killed that towards Paddock Hill.
Yeah, what's happened to Unorthodox that lap? He's dropped so far back.
He's lost 2 seconds that lap. Is the aero damage hurting him that bad? Has he made another mistake pushing so hard? Crazy at the minute. Lap 18 of 33 we are on, and the leaders, well, where's Gary in all of this one? He's coming towards Sterling's now, look. So Gary flying at the moment. Don't know mate's back ahead of Peaceful just in front of this pit. Gary about to lap the nuts.
Dan's been off the road and into the wall again.
Oh, he's struggling, isn't he? He is really... Tell you what, Don't Know Mate and Peaceful, even though they've not pitted, they could find themselves catching Dan shortly as well. Where is Don't Know Mate and Peaceful? They're just at Paddock Hill, I do believe. Yep, here they are.
Yep, just coming up towards Druids.
Yeah, there we go. So Don't Know Mate. Look at the state of that Clio. And that's been like that since early doors, since Phil had that moment and hit Don't Know Mate. That's been like that for quite some time. And he's given it his best. He's Don't Know Mate. He's trying. Fury, Grandad Steve. Let's go back to that one then, because they're still right together. Well, not right together. 0.6 of a second, but Fury, he'll be on a charge here. He'll be on a mission now. Unorthodox, 53 seconds behind Falgast. Falgast under 3 seconds to Gary 131. Race win on for Falgas, maybe. Fury looking to get the run on Grandad C, looking to stay in that slipstream then as they come down the start line to start lap 19 of this race. When does the rain come? That's the biggest question on everybody's lips.
Yeah, it's got to come within the next 5 laps, really.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? You'd really think so. But it's not coming at the minute. And it really is. Really is. Dan needs it.
Yeah, he needs it to... He needs Falgas to have a massive... or have a major problem, but Falgas is closing up onto the back of Gary 131, so that'd be a real kick in the teeth for an Dubs if not only would he lose the title, but Falgas would take the win as well.
So Gary goes on to lap 20, and it looks darker still, Jamie. The cloud's still rolling in. It's still getting darker. 15 people watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. Get your comments in for a driver of the day. Obviously, a long time to go still, but get your comments in for who you think could be up for the driver of the day. But Falgas now under 2 seconds to Gary. Pushing hard is Falgas, but look at Fury at the moment then. Really starting to get dark now, Jamie, as well. Really, the clouds are coming in fast. Oh, Dan's had another... no, he hasn't. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. I was looking at the lap time thinking that Don't Know Mate was on the back of Dan, and it's not. It was the lap times. Much nuts nearly on Peaceful and Don't Know Mate, though, so that's an interesting one to keep our eyes on. But Fury Grandad C at the moment, this the battle. Gary in the 38s, Little Leach in the 38s. So they fuel saving a little bit now. Is that why Falgast is being able to gain so much at the moment? Dan's in.
Be, yeah.
Dan's in.
Oh, he's pulled
the trigger.
Has it started raining?
I haven't seen anything. Let's just jump on board Fury. I've not seen any rain. But Dan's pulled that trigger. No. Go on the cockpit view. You can only hear it on the roof. Let's see if we can get the cockpit view up. No, nothing.
That looks like they're spitting slightly. You can just see on the window screen there's just some little dots. I think Gary's come in. Yeah, Gary's into the pit then. So Falgas leads this way. Gary comes in at the end of lap 20. Now, don't forget the pit window shuts at lap 22, so you've got to pit before then. Obviously, it's dry race at the moment. Rain has not determined whether to pit or not. But for Dan, he's come out ahead of Don't Know Mate and Peaceful. But just as well. But he'll have his damage repaired. Falgast in the middle of the Mutts Nuts and Peaceful, as Peaceful was all sideways coming through Graham Hill. And allows Falgast through. Look, nice and easy done for Falgast to get past Peaceful. Next job, Don't Know Mate. But these guys have got to pit by lap 22 and the rain is coming. So, interesting tactics here. Yeah, a lot of people are leaving it right until the last minute. Yes, they've got to pit the end of lap 22 is the latest they can pit. So this lap or the next lap, we're expecting to see Falgast, Don't Know Mate, Peaceful Explosion and Little Leach all in the pits at that time. Let's see what happens here then. Fury, Grandad Steve, they're still within a couple of tenths of each other. Let's just drop back to that one as Peaceful was very wide through Sterling's. There is Peaceful. Let's go to the Fury Grandad Steve one. There it is, look. It's Grandad C defending heavily from Fury. Fury right on the rear of Grandad C. A bit of a wiggle coming through Surtees here. He's going to have a run though, Jamie, coming down the Pilgrim's Drop. He's not. Falgast in. Yeah, Falgast is in. Oh, yet to see Little Leach. Don't Know Mate. Peaceful Explosion into the pits. When do we see these guys in? Dan's had another mistake. What, since he's pitted? Yeah, he's just been off slightly at Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, Dan. He's having a dreadful night. Fury pretty much pushing Grandad Steve through Sheen Curve into Sterling's. They come now. What a battle this is. DJ Phil is in the pits. Now Falgast is out. Little Leach leads. Him, Don't Know Mate and Peaceful have all got to pit on this lap. Phil's into the pit, so you reckon that Phil will finish last now? Still not. I still can't see much rain around. No, No, it doesn't look like there's any rain.
Little Leach leads this race but has to pit. Falgas, though, has overcut Gary 131. Just notice, 6 seconds. Falgas has outdone Gary. See, Gary has lost out massively. There's Fury still on the back of Grandad Steve. It looks dark. The cloud is thick. The cover is thick. But there is no sign of this rain. Peaceful, Little Leach. Don't know, mate. Have to pit this lap. But the problem is when is the rain going to come? Can Fury get this job done? Because if Fury gets the job done and the rain comes for Little Leach and he puts wet tyres on, he could look at 3rd place.
Yeah, you could do. It's just all going to be when.
Is that the rain? Is that raining? It's raining. You can hear the rain. It's coming down. Don't know, mate. He's into the pits. Little Leach, not yet in. Peaceful Explosion has retired from the race. So we have lost Peaceful. What a shame. In this final one that we've lost Peaceful Explosion. Little Leach in as well.
Definitely raining now.
Yeah, you can see it. The wipers are on. Falgas leads this race. Gary 131's coming through as well. Little Leach could be done by these two. Grandad Steve early on the brakes. Let's cut to the trackside camera a second, Jamie. Grandad Steve's going to pit. Fury's going to stay out and Grandad Steve's going to pop into the pit lane then.
Well, has Grandad Steve been in at all?
Grandad Steve, everybody's pitted. Everybody has pitted. Grandad Steve clearly then going for the wet tyre. Has he pitted? Where is Grandad Steve?
He has pitted. I didn't know whether he had pitted.
Oh, it says, sorry, I'm looking at Gary's name on the leaderboard. No, yeah, he has pitted. Little Leach got jumped by Fury. Unorthodox is 6th place. Now, what does Falgas do? What does Gary do? Dan is 51 seconds.
Grandad Steve still isn't moving yet.
Wow, Dan's going to get another place here then. What a long stop for Grandad Steve this is. What a shame that we lost Peaceful Explosion.
Now, who I was going to say is Fury. Not Fury. Falcus going to come straight into the pits, or will he carry on for another lap? Because so the rain's coming down, but the track won't be wet yet.
Yeah, there's no spray, is there, on the back of Falgas' car, so it's an interesting one as Grandad Steve now is away. And Falgas nearly coming around to lap Grandad Steve here. What does Falgas do? This is the question. He's got 51 seconds to Unorthodox, who was in the 36ers. Now he's fixed his car. Falgas staying out on track. How wise is that decision? We'll find out in 11 laps' time. Gary stays out as well. It's not wet enough yet. Fury, is he brave enough to stay out? Unorthodox 5th, Falgas 1st. As it stands at the moment, Dan losing the title. Got disconnected again, stayed in the party, which annoys me more. So Peaceful having connection problems more than anything. And that's the second time that's done that. Did it to him at Brands Hatch, if you remember. Daytona, sorry, a few weeks back, if you remember. So unlucky for Peaceful Explosion there.
Now, the question is, did Little H must have put the wet tyres on?
Has to. So does Grandad Steve, we know, as Peaceful was just about to pit, go to wets. Could have turned it around, he says in the chat. He could have as well. Now, Don't Know Mate put the wets on as well as the Much Nuts, because they both pitted as well. Dan's clearly on the slicks and he's not staying out. He's not stopped for a while. The rain is coming out. There's still not a lot of spray. Let's just go on board the bonnet camera of Falguest. I mean, it doesn't look wet yet. It doesn't look wet enough. It's starting to look greasy.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely getting to a point now where...
Yeah, you see actually, now he's come through there, you can see the shine on the track, actually.
Yeah.
So then,
he wants to be in this time.
50 seconds the gap, Falgas to Unorthodox. Dan needs 10 points over Falgas to win this title. Falgas is going to stay out. So he's going to risk another lap.
Is Gary coming in? No, he's staying out as well.
Gary 131, never been off the podiums. Every race he's done in the Clios, he's finished on the podium, proving to us that the two-time champ still has it. Fury could be another podium for him. He's going to finish this one as well on the podium as it stands at the minute, lap 24 of 33. So we've still got a way to go at the moment.
Yeah, so the lap times have dropped into 1:38. It's going to be. It's just the person that's going to be interested to see a lap time is Little H. What lap time is he going to do?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, exactly. What does he do if he can get it right? What can he do in this one?
Mistake there.
Is it wet enough? It sounds stupid, but is it wet enough?
I don't think it is yet. No, look, he's doing 1:44. So no, it's not. It's not wet enough.
Interesting one. Very, very interesting one. Then as we go through the night, and we get towards the end of this season in the Clio Cup, we look to the GT3s on Wednesday night. The spray's there now. It's definitely wet enough now. Falgast has 5 seconds to Gary. That is Grandad Steve. He's just lapped. Dan, 49 seconds to Falgast. Now then, as we say evening to PN Motorsport Gaming, what a shame he couldn't have been here tonight. With the rain coming, the spray's definitely there. It's not there at this part of the track, so it's drier here than what it is at the Sheen Curve. Falgast staying out. He is risking it, Jamie. Is that wise?
Well, if he knows that Unorthodox is behind him, then he doesn't need to do anything else. Unorthodox is 50 seconds behind him, so he doesn't. He can take it a bit slowly. He's got to fit. All he's got to do is finish around Unorthodox, and he'll be fine.
Gary 6/10 quicker on the last lap. He could even afford to let Gary through.
Yeah, he could afford to let Gary, Fury, and Little Each through, and he'd still win the title.
As it stands, then, Falgast will be the champion by some margin, as well as he's got gaining so many points over Unorthodox. Unorthodox has had a terrible, terrible night of it. And Falgast at the minute doing the job he needs to do. He's just gapped Gary slightly. Little Leach in the 43. So, his pace, you see the spray, it's getting wetter. Is this the lap where wets would probably start to be the tyre to be on? The tyre temp must be dropping on these Clios. Must be plummeting. You see the shine, you see the spray on the trackside view. 2.4 down on his best lap of a 36. That's in the 38s. That's already at the moment. Oh, you do not want to be on there. Damn it, missing it, getting moist, lol, says PN in the chat. Indeed you are. What a shame you couldn't have been here to finish the season. And Falgast now, listen to how steady he's taking it. Look at the car sideways, just will not grip. It will not grip, you hear it. Gary's lost out a load of time. What time is Falgast doing now? Into the 40s. So it's wet tyre territory, you have to say it's wet tyre territory now. Oh, Falgast is hanging it out. Dan's got the gap down to 49 seconds. Grandad Steve's in again. So his night goes from bad to worse. And Grandad Steve in the pits. Falgast is so deep there at Druids. Now then, Dan's also on the slicks. I tell you what, Falgast here needs to hope and pray he can keep this on the track and not have a bad time if it needs to keep it out there. He's gaining over Gary still, so Gary's struggling as well. But Dan gaining on Falgast here. Gaining on Little Each in front. Dan could gain on Little Each here. I think Little Each was the first one on the slicks. Dan last time round was still in the 37s. Let's see what he's in now. Fury down in the 44s. We reckon Little Each is on the wets in the 43s. Dan stays out. Grandad Steve's coming out the pits behind Don't Know Mate and the Mutts Nuts as well, as they've just got past him. Dan comes through 45. Wow.
Yeah, Little Each is doing
Oh, Dan, you don't want to be out there. He's off a paddock. And just as he was gaining a bit of time over Falgast, that one has gone away. And even if Falgast stays on the slicks, Jamie, he's won this one for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say if I was Falgast now, I'd just play it safe, come into the pit, get the wet tyres, put on it, and just make it to the finish. Because Unorthodox is about half a lap behind him now.
Yeah. No, he's not pitting, stays out, risking it.
Yeah.
Would you risk it for a chocolate biscuit?
No, not when people are doing 148s and Little Each is now quicker.
Yeah. Gary's in.
I'd have been, yep.
Gary's in, then he's no longer decided to risk it. the two-time pro. We've had another retirement. Who's retired? Grandad Steve is retired from this race.
I wonder whether... Remember the problems Dan had in... or Overdubs had in season 2 at Alton Park, where it wouldn't change it onto the wet tyres.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the case for Grandad Steve. He did get to the end. Fury's in as well, so Gary looks like he will hang on to his podium.
Bit of a weird line there.
But this will promote Little Each and may promote Dan, as that is the Mutt Nuts all sideways there. Managing to stay out though is the Mutt Nuts, and Little Each carries on his way. Let's see Little Each's pace, as he's now up into third. He's now passed his brother up into second place. Gary's still on the podium, and Little Each's car is the quickest car on track.
And Overdub stays out.
He's got to throw the dice here. He's got to hope and pray that Falgas drops it somewhere and then pits for the wet tyre. Dan's got to roll the dice. Oh, Falgas has dropped it! Oh, wow! Now then, there's a turn up for the books. With Gary, with Little Each on the wet tyre. If Falgas has another moment, if Dan keeps it on track, is there a twist in this tail? 5 to go. 46 seconds to gap. Falgas is off again. He now comes back on. He's got to pit, Jamie, surely, for the title. Has to pit.
Yeah, he's absolutely tiptoeing round. He needs to come in. It doesn't matter whether he gets the win or gets the podium. As long as he finishes in front of Northtubs, yeah, he's coming in. He's coming in.
He's not coming in. He's staying out. Grandad Steve, sorry guys. Auto driver took over the car. That's a shame, mate. Shame he couldn't finish the season off. Don't know, mate, in the pits. He's now down to 8, so he's clearly putting the wet tyre on. He stays out. He's risking it. 46 seconds to gap to Dan. Look at the pace he's going.
He's in the 2 minutes now.
Let's not forget he had an off last lap, but Falguest here is tiptoeing his way around. Little Each gaining. Gary gaining. Dan, 46 seconds. Oh, he's so wide through Graham Hill. Get the wets on. Get the wet tyres on. He's screaming to himself. He needs the wet tyres on. 16 people watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. GT3 is coming this week, Wednesday and Thursday at Oschersleben in the Pro-Am and the Pro Series. 29 seconds. Little Each is coming. He has gained 4 seconds in the first sector alone. I don't think there's enough time for Little Each at this pace, but Falgas, one more mistake and Little Each will be right on him.
Yeah,
get the wet tyre on.
Yeah, he's got such a big gap. He just play it safe.
DJ Phil in the pits again, so don't know, mate, might be able to pick up that 7th place once more. Oh, he's wide. No, he's not. He's kept it on the tar, mate. But to what cost? To what cost is this? We'll have to get the top 3 in Dan in, I think, for a chat at the end, so that him and Falgas can congratulate each other. But we come to start lap 30. Does Falgas come in? No! He stays out again! He goes one more time. What a warrior!
Yeah, I was going to say he's only got 3 laps left, so if he feels he can hold on to this, there's no point coming in.
For Dan to stay on the slick tyre and risk it, gamble it, knowing he's got to score 10 points more than Falgas, I understand that one. He's got to throw something out there to try and beat Falguest. For Falguest, if I was Falguest, I'd be pitting. I wouldn't risk it. One off, one big off with damage could ruin his night. Little Each has gained 5 seconds on him. How is your nerve, Jamie, at this stage of the race when you're in this position?
Oh, nerves are just going to be all over the place. He's just not what. He's just going to want to just keep it on the track, not make any little mistake whatsoever.
Round Hawthorns he comes in towards Westfields now. Little Each and Gary. Gary's gaining on Little Each for second, but they're gaining on this man. They're in the 40s. This man's in the 50s, as is Dan. But Dan had to risk this. Dan had to throw the kitchen sink at it. Oh, and here we go, look. Fury's gaining on Orthodubs with the Mutts Nuts in between a lap down. But look at these two on the wet tyre. The Mutts Nuts got so much more pace than Dan. Look at Dan struggle through Graham Hill. Fury trying to lap the Mutts Nuts. Mutts Nuts feels he can unlap himself. He's allowed Fury to go through, and Fury's going to look up the inside of Orthodubs. Cannot get the move done. There's Falgast. Did you see Falgast in the background? He stayed out again there.
Yeah, he's got only a couple of laps left. He's losing six seconds a lap though, but at this rate he won't be caught.
At this rate, provided no mistakes, yeah, he won't be caught. Here comes Fury then. Round the outside of Westfield. No, can't get it done there. Too wet around the outside. But look at the traction he gets on the cutback. Dan just cannot get his foot down, and Fury... Thanks your mama for the carrots. P4. Dan drops to 5th. And Dan's championship...
Yeah, he's off.
Yeah, he's back on. But Dan's championship, Jamie, is as soggy as a wet paper bag.
Yeah. Yeah, his championship dreams are in tatters right now.
Yeah, it's in the puddle.
Yeah.
That's where his championship dreams are, in the puddle. Little each 20 seconds to Falgast. Fury's had a huge moment, but Dan and the Mutts Nuts, they've had a moment as well at the pit entrance. Well. Do you know what I saw today? Do you know what day it is today? 12 years ago, Jenson Button won his title at Brazil in great fashion. 12 years later, Falgast wins a championship in great style. Dan has dominated the early stages of this season, but the back half has bit him in the ass. No fuel at Silverstone. The rain has affected him here.
Just seen the incident. Dan and Orthodubs has lost it coming through Clark Curve and Clearways.
Caught the Mutts Nuts.
As he's come back on, he's come just slightly into the path of the Mutts Nuts. Mutts Nuts just not really got anywhere to go. And Gary and Little Leach are now.
The Leachy losers. I hope Smith is still watching, because his boys are going to be on the podium, but which way around we don't know. But while these two are battling, Falgast stays 19 seconds with 2 laps to go. Is there another twist in this tale? Could the Leachy losers win a race this season? To see them on the podium is brilliant in a Renault enough. 18 seconds is the gap. 17 seconds is the gap. They're gaining on Falgast. Every inch of tarmac they take, they're gaining on Falgast. Gary sends one on his brother there, forces him wide at Druids. And I tell you what, that was a set. Sutty would have been proud of that one. You left the door open, bro, and I've took the gap. See you later. Tell Mum thanks for the carrots, as Gary would say, because he's got a move done. He loves it. Tell you what, it's a good job we're not at Donington this weekend. Fists would have been flying had they made contact there.
Yeah, it might have been a few fists flying had Gary made that move.
Falgast 16 seconds up the road. He's gone through. Has he made a mistake? He's made a mistake. Falgast has made a mistake. The time's coming down. Don't know, mates. There a lap down. Come on, Fal. This is yours, says Grandad Steve in the chat. It is his. But he's made a mistake. Is the race win his? 1 lap. 12 seconds. Jamie, this is brilliant stuff in the finale. What a shame we didn't have a full grid out there to commentate on. But nonetheless, 11.5 seconds. Where's Gary?
He's just coming into...
Clearways now.
Clearways.
He's gapped Little Leach. Gary's a coming. 56.6 for Falgast. Look at Don't Know, mate. Not on the pace of Falgast, with all due respect. But look at the pace he's got at the minute. He's in the 47s. He's 10 seconds quicker than Falgast a lap nearly. Falgast I tell you what, Falgast ought to slam on the anchors and let Don't Know Mate go, because this could cause an incident if Falgast has a twitch and Don't Know Mate tries to unlap himself. 8 seconds the gap. 8 seconds from Gary being on the top step again. You might just see him in the background. Don't know, mate. Looks for the move at Surtees and Falguest lets him go. Rightly done from Falguest. Don't fight a battle that you don't need to. Is Gary on for a win? Half a lap to go. This is close. 7.5. Little Each is gone.
Unless Falguest makes a mistake, I don't think Gary's going to get him. He's just going to run out of time.
Yeah, it's going to be close, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Don't know, mate. There, look, makes a little mistake. Manages to keep it going. Don't know, mate. Could do with Falguest staying in between him and DJ Phil, to be fair, to make sure he stays P7 in this one. Falguest over the curb at Westfield, at Dingledell, down towards, back up towards the Sheen curve, 6.8. Barring a mistake here, Falguest is going to come home to win the championship. A little wide, but nothing that you wouldn't want to see. Very slow through Sterling's, 5.8 the gap. But I don't think that's going to matter. There's Unorthodox. He's slowed. He's let. Oh, no, he's not let Don't Know Mate through. He's going to cross the line with Falguest. The two championship contenders will cross the line together. What a picture to see. And it is going to be Falguest who is going to be the Clio champion. Gary 4.5 behind. Nearly got the job done. But for Falguest, it's a great job for him. Gary slowing down for Little Bro. And the cool down lap on for a few donuts. Gary then will cross the line for a 2-3 for the Leachy losers.
Yeah, just slowing down for...
Yeah, Gary, then Little Each. Fury's going to come home fourth because Dan's a lap down in fifth. DJ Phil finishes P8. He was a lap down as well. For Don't Know Mate, though, he's going to finish P7. As the Mutsnuts, I think, he's well in front at the minute, barring a disaster for the Mutsnuts. Where is the Mutsnuts? He's coming through Westfields now. There is Little Each. Little Each out of fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. He's only just made that to the line then. Little Each out of fuel. Just after the line. As Gary doing a few donuts, and let's cut to the oh, he's very, very wide. Keep it out the wall. Tell you what,
bit of rally crossing there.
He wouldn't have wanted a big off there because Don't Know Mate could have come across for a P6, but it's going to be the Mutsnuts to take a 6th place and to do it in great fashion. And what a job! We wait for the fastest lap as he comes across the line. I mean, I'm not sure what Phil's doing.
No, I'm not sure what he's doing there.
You know, the cool down laps on for the for the champion to do a few donuts, but don't drive backwards at people. Phil, as Don't Know Mate then crosses the line for P7. Jamie, get the top 3 and Dan in for an interview. Who did the fastest lap? A 36.581, 36.576 for Fury. Fury gets the fastest lap of this race. What a night! What an evening! We crown a new champion. It is Falguest who is the champion. Dan pushed him hard all season but had nothing at Silverstone when he ran out of fuel. Dan's fault. Had nothing tonight. Falguest had the money. Fury will finish the championship in 3rd on 83 points. Gary will finish in P4. Little Each will take 5th. Keys will come home in 6th place. The Mutsnuts will take 7th in the standings ahead of Grandad C and H. Peaceful 9th, tied with DJ Phil in 10th. Don't Know Mate just behind them in P11. Ben Phelan will finish the season in 12th. Sutty will finish at 13th. PN Motorsport 14th. Monkey Boy 15th and Liam 16th. But what a championship. What a season. Ran out of fuel. Lucky it was downhill, says Little Each. I wonder then, Craig, as you've just joined us, is that why Gary was slowing down to push you across the line?
He says, do you need a push? And I went, I should just make it. Just so I said that, I ran out, so I was lucky.
Tell us about the send it manoeuvre. Hey, that was that was late, wasn't it?
I didn't even know that was coming. I just heard him giggle in the background. I thought, here we go.
You had great pace though tonight, Craig, on the podium. Nice to see you back on the podium in a Renault. I don't think we'll get that one on Thursday, will we?
I don't know. We'll give it a good go.
Great Clio race, mate. What have you made of your season in these Clios?
A bit up and down. Not as quick as last season, but I'm happy where I am.
Well, well done on this championship, mate, and we hope to see you in the next one. And good luck Thursday.
Cheers, Matt.
Cheers, buddy. Gary, 2nd place for yourself. And the giggles, apparently.
Yeah, we had a little bit of fun. He was worrying about fuel. I said, put it in lean. I managed to catch him and just thought, right, you're wearing it now.
One that Sutty would have been proud of?
Well, yeah, probably. Why not?
Yeah. To fourth in the championship, do you think if you'd have done the full season, you'd have got Falgast and Dan a run for their money?
You can never tell, can you? You don't know what's going to happen at different rounds. So, but next year I'll be here for the full season.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck for Thursday as well, mate. We can't wait to see you there.
Cheers, mate. Well done, Falgast.
We're going to get to Dan before we get to Falgast as well. Dan, not your night tonight, not to be for the championship, but great to see you slow down and let Falgast have a flash of the lights at the end.
Yeah, not my end of the season. I'm just sitting here thinking about Silverstone. If I've never ran out of fuel, it would have been a different story. But no, I couldn't have lost to a better driver, a better champion now. So congratulations to Falgast. He did everything right. He nailed it at the final round. I was trying to hang out on the slicks to the end to try and hope that someone would drop it, but instead I was someone dropping it. So no, not my night. Caught up in peaceful and other incidences. So no, better man won. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get to Falgast as well, mate. Cracking race for yourself. Stayed at the back for the first part of it. Bided your time to get to the front. Did Gary in a fantastic pit stop, overcutting him. And you are the champion. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Firstly, thanks for a great season. The racing was very fair and really competitive. It was really nice for racing everybody.
I bet you didn't expect this one after Donington Park, where you had a battle with Grandad Stay and Keegs and Ben Phelan early doors. I bet you didn't expect to be stood here as champion of the SimPlay Clio Cup at the end of this one.
No, definitely not. It was a season of ups and downs, really. I ran out of fuel early in the season at Brandhouse Indy, and yeah, so it's a season of learning. But yeah, they're good guys. I loved every second I was on track with them, and just been a great season.
Tell us about tonight's race, though. You stayed on the slicks at the very end. How tricky was them conditions for you?
Well, I didn't know whether the rain would stop or whatever, so I was quite confident on the slicks. I mean, the tyre temps were through the floor. I had nothing, but at the end of the day, I was just having a bit of fun out there as well. To be fair,
yeah,
just hanging out and. Yeah, I was lucky to not be caught up in other people's incidences. I had a few hair-raising moments, don't get me wrong, and Dan was unlucky to be involved in some of them. I was looking forward to a great fight, to be fair, but yeah, and then I'm not sure what happened at the pit stop. I managed to overcut Gary somehow, even though I pitted for like 15 laps of fuel, so...
That was a fair overcut as well, a good 5 seconds you overcut Gary. But congrats on the championship, great race tonight, great victory for yourself. Jamie, any final thoughts?
So well done to Falgast. That was he's just been brilliant championship. Well done to everyone who's racing the clears, and it's just been a brilliant championship and perfect way to for it to end.
Yeah, driver of the day.
I've got to give it to Falgast.
Yeah, driver of the season.
Probably Falgast.
Probably, yeah. No, agree with you on that one. What a season it's been for the Clio Cup. Keep your eyes peeled then for the F1 sign-ups coming out shortly this month, as well as Wednesday and Thursday night. Can the Renaults get on the podium at Oschersleben? I've seen a few bits of pace from Gary. That would suggest that maybe he's on the cards. They may not struggle like they did at Daytona. We'll be back live Wednesday 8 PM BST and Thursday 8 PM BST for the Pro-Am and the Pro. All the servers running fine this week, so we hopefully will be back live with the GT3s. Keep your eyes out for the sign-ups for the F1 for those on the Discord and on the Facebook group and in other groups around Facebook community to see to keep your eyes out for that one. Congrats to Falgast, commiserations to Dan. He can't win them all. Can he win the GT3s? That's what his eyes are set on now. From all of us here at SimPlay Motorsport, take care. We'll see you Wednesday night. Good night.
Good night.
And we're out.
I need to pitch back.
What?
I changed my tyres and I put slicks back on, so I had to come in again for wet.
What a dick.
I don't know what's going on. I'd have been miles ahead, I reckon.
Fuck hell. That send-it manoeuvre, that was cheeky as fuck.
That was quality. I was chuckling before I even sent it on him.
Thanks for a great season, guys.
No, well done, mate. Well done, buddy.
Yeah, well done, Falgas. Quality. Good races. Hope you come back, mate.
Definitely. I will definitely be around.
Congrats,
Good,
buddy.
good.
man.
Look forward to seeing you again, buddy.
Yeah, I'm lucky, Dan.
Where is Falgast?
It happens.
You setting a Thursday server up there?
It happens,
I can do,
mate.
I've just got to
It's
redo
not
it, mate.
done.
So let me do one now.
Good.
I will be back soon. But thank you again, and great commentary, by the way, guys.
Cheers, buddy. Well done, mate.
mate.
Great driving.
Well done.
Take it easy.
Well done, all. See you later.
See you later, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it rains. Oh.
Fucking peaceful and Bryn!
What happened?
Peaceful tangled with Grandad, then fucking took me out at the same time, and then Bryn dropped it on his own, and then fucking hit me at the same time. I was like, for fuck's sake! And every time I got fucking damage.
Yeah, and do you want to know how lucky Falgast was? DJ Phil ran so wide early on and hit the back of Bryn, but missed the front of Falgast. Falgast got through. It's just one of them nights where you know looks on. Yeah,
Well, you would have done a fucking Sutty sender, you would have done.
Oh, did